There's nowhere in the world you can equal the day you spend at Alton Towers.
Good morning to all in the Marmy Army. It's Sunday the 12th of November and I'm heading through a beautiful village called Alton because I'm going to Alton Towers! Come on! The Towers! But honestly, this village is ridiculous. It's so tight. I did a bit of research just before I came out here, and the villagers are absolute. This village gets absolutely gridlocked. It's probably one of the only places in the country where you could legitimately say to your wife at 10 o'clock in the morning, I'm off out to get a paper, and not come back until the evening. It's just the traffic. But apparently the villagers don't mind, because unlike other villagers who live near local resorts, they've worked out two things. One, 98% of their village's economy is through this place. And two, they get free tickets. They get free annual passes. That's some village fate. Can you imagine? Going to the village fate. Don't know why that's a villager's voice. We're in the middle of Utoxeter. But yeah, you got the village fate, are you? Yeah, it's not bad, is it? You know, better punching Judy, better throwing sandbags at the box, soak the vicar. Then we thought we'd go on Nemesis at the end, maybe Oblivion. So come on, the Towers! Can't wait. I wanted to come here on my honeymoon, but my wife vetoed it. For one reason. She asked me what I wanted to do on our honeymoon, and I said, to be honest with you, I'd like to go somewhere I've never experienced. Maybe Katanga Canyon, maybe the Forbidden Forest. There was a frosty silence for a little while, and we didn't end up going on honeymoon in the end. I think she was quite frightened. Right, so I am in disguise. I parked in the main car park, right? And then they told me that I wouldn't be able to leave until the very last person had finished. Now, I'm all about sport. I'm all about enjoyment, right? But I'm not doing that. So I swung around. I came almost back out of the park itself. And I've parked in the Marshall's only car park, right? But I had to disguise myself. I had to cover my race number, get the old woolly hat out of the glove box, just so that I looked more like a manual worker rather than the Adonis-like athlete that you see in front of you. There's a man in a high-vis jacket that's actually going towards my car. I'm hoping that they haven't had the efficiency to take registrations. If they have, I'm in big trouble. We're in Towers Street, right? Which is fabulous. It's like Toy Town. It's a fictional street. Now, if I'm being quite honest, if they wanted to add a little bit of realism and some thrill seeking, they should model it on the Pottery Centre in Stoke-on-Trent. You know, children could kind of dodge petty criminals, muggers, drug dealers and litter. That would actually really lend it some jeopardy. Oh, there's a coffee house there on the corner. That's new. When I came here on a school trip, it was a bar. Those were the days. And look behind me, it's CBeebies land. Now, I very, very, very much hope I don't run into Mr. Tumble or his spotty bag. I'm sure he's fine. I'm sure he's fine. Ahar, ahar. We are down at Mutiny Bay. Sounds like I'm in Cornwall, but no, we're down at Mutiny Bay. Very, very authentic. Have a look. Look, you would think you were there, wouldn't you? Until you then, yeah, that's about 300 portable Kermits. But yeah, there we are, we're on Mutiny Bay. I'm gonna have a quick look and see if I can see Katanga Canyon. Maybe go on the rapids, soak my nether regions and ruin my day. That's generally tends to what happened at Alton Towers. I'm gonna go up to the castle itself, see if I can get some culture. The difficulty is trying to discern between what's a real castle, what are the real towers, what's the real stately home, and what's fake, you know. And it's always quite difficult to know. I mean, for example, you know, this always been there or a new addition? Well, hopefully you can see behind me, that is the famous Alton Towers. That's the stately home. And I'd like to think that the architect of that all those hundreds of years ago would very much approve of being surrounded by the smell of burgers, hot dogs, popcorn, and all of those sorts of things. Just over my shoulder, I don't know if you can see it, just through the Forbidden Forest, that is the track for the quite petrifying Oblivion ride, which on several school trips I refused to go on. And I remember when asked by a student why I wouldn't go on there, I replied quite calmly, but I thought relatively logically, if you think that I'm going to put my life in the hands of a disinterested teenager from Stoke-on-Trent, you've got another thing coming. We left it there. I saw him on the coach, being sick on himself. Anyway, I'm having to hold the GoPro with both hands because I'm so cold. Right, this isn't actually that funny, to be honest with you. This is one of those points. I can't speak. This is one of those points where I'm thinking, what on earth am I doing? Right, just walking down dramatically to the start. Just passing the Screwball, opened by Kylie Minogue, 1990. What a day. Heading into some sort of spooky complex. People are running to get to the start, which strikes me as counterproductive, to be honest. Hello, mate.
Hello, mate.
I am actually quite worried about my shoes. I've gone for my carbons, which is ridiculous. I'm running around a theme park and I don't think the grip is going to stand up. So here we are. Right, it's the start line. Just outside Alton Towers.
Right, 90 seconds. Can I catch him? Can I catch him?
Can I catch him? Here he is!
Hi mate, how you
YouTube
doing?
idol, good man.
It's great to be on the channel, man.
It's good, right? He's interviewed me on this. We'll cross over at some stage. But Andy is going to stay on his feet the whole way round, not a problem.
That's the aim today, be on 2 feet all day.
Cheers, buddy. See you in a bit. 15 seconds. Here we go.
Absolutely.
Here we go.
We're going to go in 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Off you go.
We're off.
Enjoy yourselves with your club run out.
Taking it. Running around the towers. Come on. Bloody hell, it's wet. Right, we're in business. Pants are wet. Heading down for Katanga Canyon. My Katanga Canyon is soaked. Here we are, outside Rita, Queen of Speed, which online some people have said it's slow, but you never saw her dodge that tram with Alan Bradley. Best paper shop in Weatherfield. Halfway point. It's getting hard. Thanks, mate. Well done. Cheers, thank you. Well done. Go on, animals, go on! Oblivion. I think I'll just have a quick look in the hole, see if I can find my sphincter where I left it a couple of years ago. Smiler. They said. Strangest thing that happened on a run. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's a lot of fun, isn't it? Oh god, it's just in town. Hey the boys! Come on! Don't take crack, kids. Yeah. Now this is the nicer, more sedate part of the park. This is around by I think the glamping and the lodges. You know, these aren't your Scousers or your Manx here. These are Alderley Edge people. Scum, but rich scum. 12 miles, 1 mile left.
Roller coaster rider. Just like life, full of ups and downs, slowly climbing up, quickly flying down, finally pulling up just before the ground, going so fast, spinning round and round.
Our 5K, our half marathon finishers, whatever.
Thanks, mate. Cheers. Right, 126. 126. Alright, cheers, buddy. You alright? Yeah, good. How'd you get on?
Alright. Yeah. Tough work. I raced cross country yesterday, so I was knackered from that, and I'd started and I thought, what yesterday? It was just under 10k. So yeah, it was hard work in that, and then push it.
Oh, party, well done.
Cheers.
Oh, there we go. That was the Alton Towers half marathon. Now, it was wet, it was odd, lots of tight corners, lots of puddles, lots of people in luminous jackets shouting inane nonsense, but overall enjoyable. I'm going straight to the backdrop, and then I'm going to try a ninja manoeuvre to get myself out of the Marshall's car park. Shame on me, but I might say I've got an emergency. I'm not going to say what the emergency is, but if I do the shape of a stomach, they might think that there's an imminent pregnancy. Well, not an imminent pregnancy, an imminent birth. It's a dreadful thing to do, but I've got Sunday dinner waiting for me. Do you know, not sure. I love the atmosphere, love the organisation. Not so great that there were so many people, I won't lie, but okay. Right, so excuse me for filming in portrait, but that was the Alton Towers half marathon. Did I enjoy it? Yeah, I think I did, actually. It was a unique experience. It was cold, it was wet, but I finished it in under 1:30, 1:26, which makes 2023 a sub 1:30 for all of my half marathons that weren't trails. So I'm delighted with that. And I met some absolute legends today. I met a man called Jonathan, or he might be called Budgie Boy, depending upon what his YouTube handle was. I saw him right at the start of the race. He introduced himself. Let me know how you got on, Jonathan/Budgie Boy. I met another guy called Jonathan when I was doing my ninja move at the end to sneak out of the car park. He wound his window down and shouted, "Hi, Mom!" And I went, "Oh, right, well, nice one." He was from Nottingham, actually, so I don't know why I'm doing a Brummie accent, but there he was. Jonathan, hope you did really well. I also, like last week, Donato, this week, Andy. I only met running with Andy at the start. Bloody brilliant, right? One of my YouTube legends. Great to finally meet you. Andy's video will be going out a bit later. I will be rushing mine through by the end of the evening. Andy's will be quite beautiful, cinematic, and really informative. Mine, none of those things, but Andy, great to see you. And another Andy, how could I fail to mention, I finally met one of MARM's biggest supporters, Andy Goldsby. Brilliant, Andy, good to meet you there at the start, and I hope you did really well, and let us know in the chat. So brilliant to see you all, and yeah, superb. Got my tinkle out in the car park to get changed. No one said anything, doubt anyone really noticed. But I am in Broadway next week. How do I follow Alton Towers? Well, I do the whole marathon, a trail marathon. I must be mad in Broadway. I will be at the Lifford Hall, meeting Ian and Emma and everybody in Broadway. I'm going to get a mug this year, but I'm going to be at the Lifford. I can't wait. I will see you in Broadway next week. Remember, Joining the Marmy Army isn't just about subscribing on YouTube. You can join the Facebook group, you can follow me on Instagram, follow me on Strava, and you can check my playlists out on Spotify. See you next week.